So, what's going on, everybody? Doing another vlog today, and today's vlog is about how to get strong. Um, it's the new year. This is a big question that's up on everybody's minds. How do I get stronger? How do I get better? How do I get leaner? How do I get more muscular? And so, we have to really think about this. And a lot of you are just getting into training. Now, one thing I notice about people who are just getting into training is that when they get good at an exercise, they like to go into the gym and do that exercise all the time. I see these kids come in, they'll come in and they'll bench press every day or every other day. They'll be friggin' trying to throw 315 on the bar every set they can and trying to get that one rep max, getting their buddy to deadlift it off their chest. Um, we have to think about what strength is, right? So strength, in my opinion, is not an attribute, it's an action. You have to volunteer to be strong. And strength has nothing to do with the amount of weight you can do. It has everything to do with the quest to try to become stronger. Because even if you bench press 400 pounds, you can always try to improve that. You can always try to become stronger. And what you have to ask yourself is, am I practicing strength when I go into the gym? Am I actively doing the things, taking the actions that are going to make me stronger? And when you go into the gym and you pick your favorite exercise and you go in there and you do your one rep max all the time, I'm not saying you can't ever do it, but when you do it all the time, is that practicing strength? Well, no, because all you're doing is training your ego. You're not training the supportive tissue. You're not training your ligaments. You're not training the muscles. You're training your mind to be satisfied with the fact that you can do this weight. So, in reality, you're not practicing strength. You're not training strength. You're training a false sense of security in your mind that leads to weakness because you're not getting any stronger. So, what we have to think about when we're choosing our exercises, when we're trying to put our workouts together, when we're planning out our weeks, is what am I weak at? And what is going to make me overcome that weakness? So, you really need to think about each lift, and you need to perform variations of each lift that are going to lead you to fill in those holes that you have in your strength. Now, of course, you need to master the basics. You need to master the squat. You need to master the deadlift. You need to master the bench press, the overhead press, the Olympic lifts. At the same time, you need to really think about where your weaknesses are in the basics, because a lot of times, for example, we have this debate here about the high bar versus the low bar squat. Now, it's not that one is right or wrong. Each one has different purposes under different conditions. Now, I do not like to train the low bar squat because I'm really freaking good at it, right? I can lift probably a huge percentage. I'm not exactly sure, but I could probably lift a huge percentage more on the low bar squat than I can on the high bar squat, and a lot of you are probably the same. But that being said, practicing the high bar squat is what's gotten me stronger. On top of that, practicing the front squat has got me stronger at the high bar squat and has got me stronger at the low bar squat. So each one of these variations has added something to my overall strength that's contributed to me having a really good squat for somebody under 200 pounds. I don't want to say really good because I'm not elite or anything like that, but I've been able to rep out 405 pounds here on different videos on YouTube with a body weight of under 200 pounds, which is pretty freaking good in my opinion, at least. I don't, whatever, I'm nothing, but I have been able to increase my strength by doing different variations of different lifts that make things harder for me. So when you're thinking about how you're setting up your workouts, if you have, your favorite day, you have your favorite exercise, think about how many weeks in a row you've done that same routine. Think about how many times you've done the same weight, the same rep scheme. And then think about what you can do in order to improve upon that? Can you train a range of that lift in order to make you stronger? Rather than, can you train a variation? Rather than doing a back squat, can you practice the Olympic front squat? Even if you can't do a lot of weight with the Olympic front squat, think about how that can make you stronger on your back squat, and practice the form and the posture, because those things will make you stronger. If you're really good at deadlift, try making it harder. Try doing a deadlift from blocks. Try doing a snatch grip deadlift. Try doing a sumo deadlift if you're not used to it. But don't do the same variation and the same rep scheme and the same thing every time, especially if you're not getting any stronger and you're not getting anywhere. It's that switch in what you do, the change, that will create the ability to overcome those plateaus and will get you to where you want to go. All right, that's all I got for today. You guys let me know if you have any questions.